Good evening, friends, my warriors. Today's topic is photoelectric current. We studied due to magnetism, current generated. If magnetic field varies, you will get the current. Similarly, when current varies, you will get the magnetic field. Similarly, lot of energies can be converted into lot of other forms. Similarly, light energy converted into electrical energy. That we are going to study. There is a glass tube and one side there is a cathode which has been coated with CC, which is very big in size. That atom is very bigger one, so it can release electron easily because of I. It has a great tendency to lose electron. When there is a small portion at the top, when you keep this cathode something cylindrical type, and the quartz window is there. When you fall, let it fall some ultraviolet light, so it can pass ultraviolet light and strike on the metal surface, and the electrons ejected out of the metal surface and move towards the plate. Means right side there is a plate connected to the positive of the battery, and the cathode connected to the negative of the battery, and due to this potential difference, the electrons move from cathode to anode plate, and we can say current exists. So as the gas is a back conductor of electricity, so if high pressure is there in that container, that a pipe or a glass tube, no current, you can't see any current, because the ions would not have enough kinetic energy to produce to knock off electrons from the cathode. So due to the ejection of electron, these electrons are called photoelectrons, and due to the photoelectrons current exists, or we can say current formed due to the photoelectrons, that is called photoelectric effect. Now here, when you will get the photoelectrons, there is a metal barrier, surface barrier, and that barrier is responsible for production of electrons. And when we increase the frequency of the light, as we are increasing the frequency of light continuously, a particular stage will reach, electron will get sufficient energy, and it will come out of the metal surface, and it will overcome the barrier, metal surface barrier, and this is called the work function, and the frequency which is responsible for to eject electron from metal surface, that is called threshold frequency. And threshold frequency is responsible for the electron ejection from the metal surface. And these electrons get sufficient kinetic energy when we increase the frequency of light greater than the threshold frequency. And frequency means what? Energy. According to photon theory, Planck, he gave a theory that the energy is directly proportional to frequency. As the frequency increases, h nu is the frequency, and h is the Planck constant, 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. That is the value for the Planck constant. Okay. Now, as the frequency we are increasing, energy increasing, a particular stage will reach when the electron ejected out of the metal surface, and these electrons called photoelectrons, and the photoelectron constitutes the current. So you will get the current, and this current is called a photoelectric current. Now, the energy is responsible for ejection of electron due to the threshold frequency. That energy is called threshold energy, and due to threshold energy, electron get ejected out of the metal surface, and these electrons tend to move towards the plate, but it is not having enough energy to move. So we need to give extra frequency more than threshold frequency. Then the electron moves from cathode to anode. It will have some sufficient kinetic energy, so it can move from cathode to plate. Now we got the current due to these all things we have written. So please write down whatever I will say you, but make your speed little faster. So when the suitable light frequency of light, when the suitable frequency of light, it should be greater than threshold frequency, the electron get ejected out called photoelectrons, and these electrons move from cathode to plate, and this constitutes the current. This is called photoelectron, and the current is called photoelectric current. Now we will from the experiment from the photocell we'll have some observation. So according to observation we have some properties of the photoelectric current. Now what are the properties? First point, when ultraviolet radiations incident on the emitter plate, or we can say cathode, the current I was recorded even if the intensity of radiation was very small. Photocurrent I was observed only if the frequency of incident radiation was more than threshold frequency nu 0. Means nu should be greater than nu 0, then we get the current. Now I will explain this topic. So there is a concept of intensity, light intensity measured in the candela. So light intensity having different concept and the frequency having different concept. So that's why it seems to be difficult chapter, because students are generally confused in intensity of light and frequency. When we go outside then the sunny day, we feel very uneasy because of high intensity. When some light of high intensity enter in the eye, you feel some irritation, and this is called intensity. And frequency is different. Frequency is the energy, and intensity is not energy. Intensity is means this is the effect on the eye when the light enters the eye. That is, intensity is different. Okay. So I will explain the concept. What is the method according to first whatever I gave you first postulate. He told if the intensity is low, doesn't matter, but frequency should be greater than threshold frequency. Then only you get the current. If you have frequency less than threshold frequency and you increase whatever the intensity, nothing will happen. You won't get current. So even though less intensity, you will get the current. Now I explain this concept. When you are sitting in a kitchen or on the dining table and your mom is preparing some chapatis, and you alone sitting on the dining table, your mom will prepare chapati very slow manner. She will put some and she will do very slow. Okay. Because she knows you are alone and you will have chapati not in a rapid manner. You will have chapati in a particular span of time. So your mom will prepare chapati slowly. But when your dad will come and your brother or sister or a group of the family who are sitting, your mom chapatis making speed will increase. Fadao. That can be say it is intensity. She is increasing her intensity. When you put light with a greater intensity, you will find the different things on the cathode. We'll take one example. We'll keep one candela, one city, one candela intensity. Maybe 100 electrons ejected out per second from the cathode. Now you increase this intensity up to 2 candela. What do you observe? That number of electron ejecting out per second will increase. Just like your mom, she is preparing more and more and more chapati to satisfy your hunger. Okay. She is capable to increase the speed. You can't, because we are not habitual of preparing chapati, and will take a lot of time, and all will be sitting empty stomach on the dining table. As you are increasing intensity of light, per second electron will ejected out. That per second electron, the quantity will increase. Got it? If you keep one candela, 100 electron per second will be ejected out. And per second 100 electron, per second 100 electron, per second, next second 100 electron, next second 100 electron, 100 per second. Got it? Now you increase 2 candela, maybe 500 per second. 3 candela, maybe 1000 per second. 4 candela, maybe 1 lakh per second. Okay. So what intensity is doing? Tell me, what intensity is doing?
Ejecting the
Number of electron increasing per second. Number of electron increasing per second. But the condition is there. There is a condition. When the electron will eject out, it requires frequency more than threshold frequency. Whatever the experiment you are doing, you can do after threshold frequency. Otherwise, you can't eject electrons from the metal surface. As you are increasing intensity of light in candela, per second electron ejected out from the metal surface. Okay. So, intensity works differently and frequency works differently. Got it? Now we came to know about the intensity. Now we'll study about the frequency also. What is the funda of frequency? So first we'll study all postulates, then we'll go ahead. Second postulate, there was no time lag between the incidence of the light and the emission of electron. The photocurrent started instantaneously within 10 to the power minus 9 seconds on shining radiation, even if the intensity of radiation is low. As soon as the incident radiations was stopped, the flow of current stopped. Now, see what has happened. There is no time lag. Here, light is falling on the surface. The same moment electron will be ejected out 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. You can't imagine. 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. Very short time. As light incident on the metal surface, the same moment electron ejected out. That is the second postulate. Now the third postulate, keeping the frequency of the radiation constant, the acceleration potential is fixed. If the intensity was increased, the photocurrent increases linearly with the intensity. See what happened. Intensity is having a different role. You can't ignore intensity. Intensity has a different role. Beautiful chapter. Very beautiful chapter. It has a very subjective chapter is this. Means you need to concentrate, you need to understand the things properly. Otherwise this chapter will, you can't understand. While giving exam, you will do something mistake. It's not so simple. So intensity, frequency, both are different. Got it? Now, we'll study the, according to this law, when we are if we stop light, putting light on the cathode, or emitter, because it is emitting electrons. That's why they are saying emitter. It is not that emitter in the semiconductor. Okay. In semiconductor also emitter, base collector. But it is emitting electrons. According to third postulate, when you stop light, you won't get current. If you start light on the emitter, you will get the current. Means to get current, light must be falling on the emitter of the cathode. And that light should have frequency greater than threshold frequency. Threshold frequency is responsible for work function. When they get electron ejected out of the metal surface, we can say it is a work function. And the energy needed is called threshold energy. And the frequency putting on the electron or the surface, that is called threshold frequency. You send this link to the friends so they can join. So, very interesting. Our next means this chapter is very interesting. And we'll get a lot of reasoning questions from this chapter in the complex exams. Now, what is stopping potential? Even though you are putting light on the cathode, you can stop the current. How? Previously, I told you, cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and anode is connected with the positive of the battery or plate. Plate has a potential, some potential, and the due to potential difference, electron can move from the cathode to anode inside the tube with the low pressure. The pressure should be low, otherwise not possible. Stopping potential is very important portion in this chapter. Stopping potential. You decrease the potential of positive. 5 volt, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Even putting 0, you will get feeble current because you have given frequency more than threshold frequency. And due to frequency, electron will have kinetic energy. And this kinetic energy is responsible for the electrons to move from the cathode to anode even the potential is 0. Now what is the rule you have to do? You have to decrease the kinetic energy of the particle or the electrons. You make it negative. You decrease -1, -2, -3. At a particular voltage, that electron will stop. If the electron stop means what happened? No current. This is called stopping potential. That's a great thing you must know. Stopping potential. Means you are decreasing potential, at a particular potential, your current will stop. This is called stopping potential. So, we'll go ahead and now we'll study the graph. Most important topic of this chapter. We'll study the graph. That is my graph with stopping potential, frequency, saturation current. Very interesting topic. So, I will explain the graph. I think you must be enjoying chapter. This is a fantastic chapter. That is the relation between intensity of light and the stopping potential and the saturation current. Now see, this is the negative potential V1, this is the negative potential V2, this is the negative potential V3. Maybe -1, -2, -3, whatever, I don't know. But put any value, okay. This is the zero potential and this is the potential. We are increasing potential. Now, I will make some, say like this, I will put like this, I will put like this, wrong. It should be very horizontal, very horizontal. Got it? Now you have seen 3 lines. Okay. What I will do? I will put some light with some frequency. Maybe threshold frequency we have, that is 2 hertz. Okay. We consider some threshold frequency 2 hertz. Okay. Now I will give total frequency is 3 hertz because it should be greater than threshold frequency, then only the current. If you want to get the current, you need to increase the frequency more than threshold frequency. Now, I kept frequency constant, but it should be greater than threshold frequency. And due to one extra frequency, electron will have a kinetic energy 1 joule. Okay. Due to this 1 joule, it is reaching their place. Okay. Due to frequency of light, electrons are capable to move up to the place. Got it? Now, means it is more frequency more than threshold frequency. Now we don't require the concept of frequency because this is the intensity and the potential graph. Intensity and potential graph. Now what I will do? I will make a fixed value of the intensity. Maybe 2 candela. 2 candela. Then 3 candela. Then 5 candela. Okay. Now it's very important, very interesting. We're getting it right. See. Very interesting. We keep intensity fixed. We have fixed intensity. 2 candela. We will consider in 2 candela 100 electron per second emitting out of the metal surface. Got it? How much? 100 electron per second. 100 electron per second. Got it? You getting concept? I kept 100 electron per second emitting out of the metal surface, and the frequency should be greater than threshold frequency, otherwise you can't get the answer. You can't get any experiment. Now what I will do? Here, plate, I kept at some potential, 0 potential, okay. But due to kinetic energy, electron reaching there, and some current I am getting, okay. So this is the graph of current. Got it? This is the graph of current. Got it? Now I will increase positive. I will increase positive. Just we are increasing the volume of the mobile. I am increasing positive. What positive doing? I will give you some example, good example, so you can understand properly. Your mother was preparing chapatis and you are having inside, okay? Means consumption. If the electrons are emitting out of the metal surface, 100 electron per second, and we are increasing positive, means what is going on, you know? Initially, it was having only 10 electron per second, good plate. Only 10 electron per second it was consuming. Now I increase some more potential, more potential, more potential, more potential. Means as the potential in the plate increasing, means the electron consumption property will increase. Now it will increase 10 electron per second, 12 electron per second, 20 electron per second, 30 electron per second, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. As the consumption increases, the current will increase because rate of flow of charge is called current. And you will get continuously high current. So see this graph. From this point to this point, you will get the current increasing with the increasing potential. Why current increasing with the increasing potential? Tell me what? Because as we are increasing potential, number of electron consumption by the plate will increase. And as the plate consume more and more electron, the current will increase because the rate of flow of charge is called current. Got it? So up to this point, you will get current increasing with the increasing potential. But after some time, you are seeing a straight line. You are seeing a straight line. Why? Because you made intensity fixed. Only 100 electron per second it can be consumed. So the current will be constant. But the next case, we get 3 candela. So here 100 electron per second, now again 200 electron per second. Now you will get greater value of current. Again you will get the constant because after 200 you can't get the electrons per second. And when you kept 5 candela, it may be 1000, okay, per second. So you will get the high current. This is the current. But we made frequency constant. Kinetic energy is 1 joule or 2 joule. 1 joule kinetic energy. In 1 joule kinetic energy, we will consider our electron has a velocity 10 meter per second. Okay, 10 meter per second we are considering. Okay, so we can use our brain properly because there is a concept of stopping potential. This graph is not completed yet. There is a concept of stopping potential. Stopping potential. Now here, I think in intensity graph, you have only one stopping potential. You can't get more potential because your speed is constant. Your speed is constant. Whatever the potential you are applying to stop, frequency will be current will be at zero at a particular potential. So you are now what you will do? You have to stop the current. You have to stop the current, and the frequency was this one. Here we have different intensity, we have different current, but the frequency was a constant. You are having velocity what 10 meter per second. If 10 meter per second is velocity, you need to do some negative potential. Maybe at 2 volt, minus 2 volt. So all will stop at the same point. Means stopping potential will be same for the all. Now I will keep intensity constant. I will keep intensity constant. But it was the frequency constant. Now I will keep intensity constant. Right? I kept intensity at 3 hertz. 3 candela. At 3 candela, how many electrons? 1000 per second. Right? Now the story is different. Totally different concept. Totally different. Saturation current will be constant. Saturation current will be constant because the number of electron ejecting in per second is constant. You will get the constant saturating current. No need to study. Go and sleep at home. No need to ask. That is zero. Now what will happen? I kept frequency. Now I am increasing frequency. Okay. Maybe 2 hertz, then 3 hertz, then 5 hertz. Okay. Now I increasing frequency. In 2 hertz, I will having kinetic energy. I will having velocity 10 meter per second. In 3 hertz, I will capture 20 meter per second, and 5 hertz I get 100 meter per second. Okay. So as I am increasing frequency, the velocity increasing, the kinetic energy increasing. If any person is coming with a great speed, how much force you have to apply? Larger and larger and larger to stop that electron. You will get different stopping potential with the different frequencies. Okay, means if the velocity was 10, stopping potential would be this. If the stopping potential was 20, it will be this and this. So this will be V1, this will be V2, this will be V3, and more negative, lesser negative, lesser negative. Got it? Now you will get constant saturation current, because as you are increasing potential, current will increase. But saturation current will be constant. Saturation current will be constant. So this line would be constant, but you will get different stopping potential, because velocity is different for different. That is the thing you must know. So this is the relation between intensity and the frequency with stopping potential and the current. So it was a fantastic concept. We studied. So some topic we will study some other day. So bye bye. Have a nice time. You must have enjoyed lecture. God bless you all.